Welcome to this new video. My name is Queen. I'm an international motivational speaker, a success coach, PR and media expert and a TV presenter. I am with you right now to basically talk to you about my new program, which is my PR and media Mastermind. I've recently got back from Nigeria. I had a wonderful trip. Basically, I'm adjusting to the weather so far because, coming back from a very hot country back to the UK where it's really cold, you can imagine the cold you will experience. But so far, I'm so excited about the festive season, I'm so excited about Christmas, but I also can't get out of my mind the desire and passion that I have to help female entrepreneurs, girl bosses, you amazing female coaches out there that really want to break into the media in a bigger way than ever before. Sometimes we can't see that we need to up level. We just think we're fine and somebody on the outside will be looking in, thinking major up level is needed. So I remember a time, for example, when I needed to really up-level my website and I just wouldn't. Even when I was getting advised, I just, for some reason, just couldn't take the plunge. Basically, I had a Skype session with this guy and it was going to be for an interview, and basically he said something that just was the moment of change for me. So I said to him, he talked about my website and I think he said, oh yeah, another website. And then I said, oh yeah, I'm going to definitely update it soon. I'm going to be basically making it more mobile friendly. And then he said, yeah, you need to. And I was expecting him to say, oh yeah, I know what you mean, you're going to get it done one day, I understand that. But he was just like, yeah, you need to. But I don't think he meant it in a bad way, but it was just the thing that just woke me up. It was like, okay, oh yeah, maybe I do need to actually. And then, do you know what, after that call, I immediately took action. I signed up for a different platform and I created a new website, which is the one you see right now, queenchannelmedia.com, which is much more glamorous, more amazing, more professional, much more mobile friendly than my other website. If I was to show you the other website, you would just laugh compared to, like, if you compare them, one looks ridiculous, one looks really good. But the thing is, that's where I had to start. And I think we should start somewhere, but then you do need to up level. And sometimes when someone says that thing to you and they say it's time, you just need to take the plunge. And that could be a friend, it could be a coach, it could be a mentor, it could be a combination of people. It could be different people telling you that you need more media in terms of publicity for your brand. You need that. People could be telling you, but you're not listening. Or maybe your clients are just not booking to work with you because they go on your website and they don't see any fancy logos. They don't see that you've worked with the Huffington Post, or you have not been in Forbes, or whether it be that you haven't even been in any local shows or any local newspapers or magazines or any local blogs. So you don't have to always be in these big time blogs or these big newspapers or big magazines, but you know that you should be in some that's in your area or in your community, or that just feels right for you. So maybe you should be in Elle, maybe you should be in Vogue, because it's just perfect for you, because you come from a background where you're really into fashion and you know so much and you have this really amazing brand that's just all about fashion, and you know that you could definitely do a great article for Elle or for Vogue. Or maybe it's a situation where you should be on ITV because you are a great speaker and you have so much to contribute to the program Loose Women. Or maybe it's that you desperately would love to be on the news to talk about the fact that you're launching your book and how this book came about. Or whether you have this company that's maybe you're on a charity fundraising mission and you're trying to raise £10,000 for charity, because this is going to really help to raise that money really quickly. There are different reasons to be in the media. There are different reasons to get the interviews, the features in magazines, newspapers that you need. But it's up to you to take a stand. I like what Gina DeVee says, take a stand for the and. And basically that means that you should want to be successful in one area but also in another. Like most of you watching right now, you have the perfect brand, you have the perfect website, you have the perfect clients, and you know what you're doing, you know your niche and target market, you have this professional profile on social media, your platforms have grown to 1,000, or it could be a little bit under, or maybe much more. You've done so well, but then there is something stopping you and blocking you. And if you're watching this video, you probably definitely have this problem. You've grown so quickly in one area, but you're not growing in another area, and the area you're not growing in is your publicity literally sucks compared to where you are. It is weak. And I'm sorry to say that to you, but it's just a way for me to try and give you a wake-up call to say, get this thing sorted. And and start working on it from today. So let me now give you the 5 things that I believe will happen to you and your brand if you start featuring in the media more often. I want you to be in the media consistently in 2017, especially the first few months of 2017, because it becomes a snowball effect. If you have 2 podcast interviews or 4 different features, it will lead to other things. Other people will book you. Sometimes it happens instantaneously. I remember once one of my contestants telling me that they featured in a newspaper, and within a week it was like another newspaper picked up the story, it featured them there too, featured her there too, and then another newspaper picked up the story and featured her on that one too. Usually if you go into one newspaper, you'll end up in 3. So it may not always be the printed newspapers, but it may be online, or it may be a combination of the 2. This is what I found about myself, that whenever I go into one newspaper, I always end up getting other opportunities. And the thing is, like attracts like. So if you're being interviewed on one show, another person will be like, can you come on my show too? So it really is a win-win situation. So let me dive into the 5 reasons why you need great PR and great media recognition for your business. Number 1, by you having this publicity that you desperately need. By the way, it's not something that you may want this, but you also need it. I don't think it's just a want, it's actually a desperate need. I feel like every business should have publicity. And in fact, all the big brands do. So whoever doesn't have it is just literally keeping themselves small. If you don't have it, you're keeping yourself small. So the first thing you're going to realize is you're going to have a higher level of credibility. You're going to feel so much more confident to put yourself out there. You're going to feel so much more confident that people are going to sign up to your packages and programs, because they've just seen you on TV. They've just listened to your podcast interview. They have just read the newspaper article. So it's going to give you a higher level of credibility, which is a fantastic thing for promoting your products and services. Number 2, the second thing you're going to notice is you're going to basically have more confidence and charisma. You're going to shine more naturally. When you're in the media, it just gives you this ooze of confidence and charisma, which will lead to you wanting to basically project more of yourself. So basically you're going to become more visible. You're going to be more confident to be more visible. You're going to be like, okay, I just did that, so let me try and do another one. Oh, I just featured in this, let me now try and feature in that one. So you're going to have this new boost of confidence and boost of charisma. You're going to start shining more because you've finally been recognized. You've finally been celebrated and praised in a magazine or in a newspaper, or somebody in the media has taken notice of your brand and you feel so good. Number 3, your friends and family and your colleagues are going to be raving about you, and they're going to be literally telling you how wonderful you are. They're going to be congratulating you and you're going to be celebrating with them. Some of them might just send you text messages, some of them may phone you, email you, put it on Facebook. I just watched so-and-so's interview on TV, and they'll tag you and you're going to feel like a superstar. Believe me, I've had this happen to me so many times, and it makes you feel so good. You're going to be having the worst day, and all of a sudden you get a text message from somebody that says, I just watched you on TV, you were so good. I remember once even one of my friends, messaging me and telling me how wonderful I was on the show, and that how she just respects me and just thinks so much of me. I remember another friend saying to me, I can't believe I have a friend that's famous on Google. Her name pops up in Google. At the time I didn't think that was, I was like, are you famous if you're on Google? But to her it was like, I haven't got a friend that's on Google, like their name pops up. Like, this is amazing, you're on all these pages on Google, this is like, wow. So sometimes what we take for granted and think is just nothing, other people will think, I can't believe that my friend has been in that magazine. So you can become the hero, or should I say the heroine, for other women and other people out there that desperately need that role model because they haven't had it happen. They don't know anyone that's doing it, so you can be that person to rise up and do it. Number 4, it's going to lead to speaking opportunities. The more you're in the media, the more you're going to catch the attention of the big influencers out there, which will lead to you being booked to speak at events. So if you've ever wanted to become a motivational speaker, a conference speaker, a speaker at all these different events where you're able to talk at workshops or seminars or conferences or exhibitions, business events, whatever you want to call it, this is a great way for you to attract those speaking gigs. It's just by being in the media a lot more. Believe me, it will lead to speaking opportunities because people will contact you, or you will feel more confident to contact them and put yourself forwards. Number 5, you're going to notice that your fan base is going to literally double or it could even triple. So people are going to find you from the north, east, south and the west. So you might be thinking that everything that you need is all on social media, but really there are people out there that haven't found you, and they'll find, the way they're going to find you is you be out there, you put yourself out there in terms of being in the media, and then now you attract those fans. In this way, it's like you're basically, you project yourself out there to the media, and then all of a sudden the right fans, all the right people, they attract you like a magnet, the mass media. It may not be popular people, it could even be could be that you're going to be on a show that no one really watches, but you're still going to be able to attract some clients there. So we're going to talk about popular culture and high culture in my mastermind, and I'm going to explain to you the difference between the two and how this actually impacts how you promote yourself in the media, because maybe you're not really interested in popular culture, but you're interested in high culture, or you're interested in subcultures and you want to figure out like which subculture is best for you to really focus on. So anyway, let me just go through what you can expect if you join my PR and Media Mastermind. Number one, it's for women only. It's for 8 to 10 women maximum that I want in this program. And the price point is basically, at the moment there is a special offer and it's only at £897 to join the program. That's one payment, or you can pay 3 payments of £343. And basically how this PR and Media Mastermind is going to work is there is going to be, for the 12 weeks that we're going to be working together, there are going to be 8 calls, so 8 group coaching calls. I'm also offering a bonus of 2 sessions together, so 2 one-on-one sessions of 45-minute each. So we will hop on Skype together personally. So let's say you're having like questions that you want to ask that you don't want to ask in front of the group, and you're like, Queen, I just want your one-on-one attention. I'm going to be able to coach you in those 2 sessions. So you get 2 one-on-one sessions with me. Then the third thing that you get by joining the Mastermind program is basically there are going to be 8 different modules that we're going to be going through in this course. And then we're going to be focusing on topics throughout the whole 3 months, which will be, for example, mastering your interview technique. This is one of the most important things that you can do if you want to be in the media, because those interviews that are coming up, it's just all about how prepared you are for them. So we're going to be really going through how to be really prepared, what kind of questions might come up and how can you really answer them. I'm going to give you tips and basically show you how through training and cheat sheets. I'm going to be giving you worksheets, workbooks, videos and audios to really get you prepared for every area of the media that you need to be prepared for, that I feel is really relevant. So for example, I'm going to explain what PR really means, and because sometimes we hear these words but we're like, what is PR anyway? Obviously we know it's public relations. I'm going to give you a list of definitions for all the keywords that I think you need to know in the media, which are going to be 25 words that you desperately need to know. So one of the words I will be defining for you, for example, is appearances. A lot of people don't know what appearances is unless you're a beauty queen or unless you're a celebrity. So you might be thinking, what's an appearance? And obviously you may have a vague idea what it is, but that's the thing, these vague ideas is what's blocking our success when we don't really know what it really means. And then how can you attract something that you don't understand? So I'm going to be giving you a list of all those words and definitions so that you can be ahead of the game. Some of the topics that we'll be covering in the PR and Media Mastermind, it includes how to get podcast interviews, how to get TV interviews, how to get modeling work. If you want to get modeling work, some people want to be in adverts, some people want to be on TV. How do you make that happen? Maybe you have a dream to do TV presenting or hosting events. Maybe you want to be invited to host award shows or host a wedding, and you may want to explore that. Maybe you want to have more success in your singing career or your career as a dancer, and we can explore that in this course. We're going to cover things such as, for example, camera, lights, action, how to be confident on camera, how to be confident on stage, how to improve your presentations for speaking gigs, how to connect with the audience and to really to basically light up the room and have lots of confidence and charisma wherever you go, how to deal with fans and how to deal with the ugly side of the media, so the good, bad and the ugly. And one of the things we're also going to cover through this mastermind program is even things like, for example, the difference between mainstream media and local media, and how to get international press as well. And then we're going to talk about conferences. As many of you know, I've just got back from a conference in Nigeria, which was the ISIS conference, a Science and Technology Education Conference. It was amazing. It's the 3rd year. I've been twice now. in Nigeria. The last one I went was in 2014, and that was in the wonderful Bayelsa State. And then this time I've gone to the one that's in Port Harcourt, which is where we're from. Even though I was born in the UK, my parents are from Nigeria, Port Harcourt. So the conference was so good because it gave me so much publicity from TV interviews, or not even just TV interviews, but being on TV because there was so much paparazzi all over. And then we did have a TV interview for RSTV Nigeria, which was by the pool, which was wonderful. We also basically had lots of magazines come up to us when we were at these different events, and one of them said, you're going to be in this magazine, you're going to be in that magazine, can I take your name, because we just took your pictures and you're going to be in this magazine, look out for it, it's coming out in January. And then I found that lots of photographers, that's another thing, I met photographers and some people took me photos, sent me images.